Let's get ready to rumble. So I'm leaving my meeting for the day. Man, today was a beautiful day to get the things that I was made aware of today. Understanding that I got, he says, we're leveling up all the time. Like, no matter what, we're always leveling up, and this addiction thing is it's fucking the programming shit. It's very spiritual. It's like on there, it's on point. It's on point, but there's just this thing of becoming and jumping over that hurdle that's to where the mind is stopped on this part where you figure that no matter what, drugs are bad, and the bad shit happens when I do them, and I don't want to do that. That's a bad thing, and that's a negative thing for it to happen in my life, and I'm, and to be not be in gratitude for that, you know what I'm saying? Gotta take, instead of taking the good with the bad, you just like, man, I'm gonna take the good, this comfort zone, and I don't want none of that bad shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like not being like, it's I guess it's not gonna be like somebody can just, because nobody could have ever told me no shit like that and made me be like, yeah, you're right, man, I am supposed to be grateful for all the fucked up shit that happened in my life. I'm supposed to love that shit and it's just a level of understanding that everybody will get to when they get to it. It's they're exactly where they're supposed to be in life, and they understand exactly what they're supposed to understand until that changes, and it's gonna change when it's supposed to. The belief will change when it's supposed to. When I was out on the streets for this past for the year, like, my shit, I didn't even realize that shit was changed to where, I didn't see this bad shit happen. I didn't see no bad shit happening. I didn't take the shit that I was going through as negative. I just took it as this, that this is what it is. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? It's life, it's a struggle, it's the struggle part, the trials, tribulations and shit, but I didn't feel like that, you know what I'm saying? I felt happy, not like happy because I was fucking high and shit. It was happy because I was I knew I was aware that I'm going through a growth, and you said there can be used to pound that shit into, it always kept popping into my head. There could be no victory without a battle, and staying in that, in that fear-based comfort zone where you think you're controlling some shit. You think you're like, I better stay away from this shit because, God has control of everything except for this shit. I gotta fucking make sure I stay on my toes about this addiction shit. Changing the beliefs of that shit is, that's gonna be fucking an awesome ass thing when it was awesome for me when he changed that shit for me. So when other motherfuckers start realizing or get to that level, when he levels them up to that point to where they can accept it, that, because of the program says you're a drug addict, and and you could never be cured. You know, this is you're addict for life. You know, but there's a solution, and that was when a part that started to give me the fucking question marks. Like, that's weird. Like, solution is the answer to a problem. The solution is, I thought a solution like 2 + 2, and fucking is 4, is the answer to a problem. But how can there be an answer to something that is for life, and they say, there's a different level of understanding for that too. It's a higher level of understanding, but there's still more, to it. There's still more understanding to be had. That, they say the solution is going to the meetings, calling your sponsor, doing service work, doing all this, doing all that. It doesn't seem, it's hiding, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem like a bad thing, but, you're giving up your freedom to have a peaceful and love-filled, happy life. You're giving up that freedom, even though you're like, I'm happy when I come to the meetings, I'm happy when I do this shit. Like, man, I'd much rather be in acceptance of that. That's what I am. That's what God created my path this way. He created my path this way. The other people's path are this way, that way, and this way. My path is this way. Not to judge myself. I'm judging myself, saying I'm not satisfied or I'm not happy with myself because of this, because I'm a drug addict. So I have to give up my time that I have to go to these meetings and to, which all this stuff takes out a lot of fucking time. It takes a lot of fucking time. It's hidden. It's hidden. It's hidden. A hidden slave master. Because you're not gonna think nothing's wrong. You're gonna be like, man,